I am making this video and I'm actually a bit frustrated. And I'm frustrated at other folks on YouTube out there who are putting out bad information. And I want to talk about some of the biggest pieces of bad information out there that just drive me nuts. First, trying to schedule your higher level review informal conference using the VA's website, wait while. Let me back up on this for a second. Some YouTubers out there, and even on Reddit I've seen, have put out there that if you file a higher level review, you can go to this link and schedule with wait while, and that'll get your informal conference sped up. It doesn't really work like that. For some people it does. For some people it does, but let me explain why that doesn't usually work. So first of all, there are 3 offices across the country that handle higher level reviews: St. Petersburg, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. The majority of which of those cases, they'll go to Seattle and St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, okay, only one of 3 offices has adopted the wait while scheduling program, which is like a Calendly or booking software that allows them to schedule informal conferences. And I personally really like it because you're not waiting on someone to call you and say, hey, are you available for a higher level review, right? It's kind of a more organized system in what can feel like a totally disorganized mess. It's great. But here's the problem. When you file a higher level review, most of the time, you don't know where your higher level review is going to go. So if your higher level review goes to Seattle, you can't use wait while to schedule it. You just have to wait for someone to call you. Now, here's the other thing. If you file it, and if it's not expedited for some reason, such as terminal illness or financial hardship, which I'll get to in a second, you can't schedule it yet. So for instance, if you file it, it'll probably sit for a number of months in something called the National Work Queue. It'll sit there, and if you try to go to wait while and schedule it at the St. Petersburg regional office, you'll get a date, they'll give you a date, but then when the VSR goes in to check out what the date is and put it on the calendar and all that stuff, they'll actually cancel the higher level review and formal conference because they don't even have the higher level review to work. It's still sitting in the National Work Queue. It hasn't been assigned to St. Petersburg. It may never get assigned to St. Petersburg because it might get assigned to one of the other 2 places that handle higher level reviews. If you want to use wait while to schedule your higher level review and formal conference, you need to wait for the email from the VA. It says, hey, we're ready to schedule your informal conference. Do not try and hack the system by going in and scheduling something unless you've received that email, because what's going to happen is you're just bogging down the VSRs, number 1. Number 2, it's just going to get canceled anyway. You're wasting your time. You're still going to have to wait for the VA to reach out. It's not a great system, but it is what it is. The next piece of information: automatic disabilities, automatic this, automatic that. Nothing in the VA is automatic, guys. It just is not. You need evidence, lay statements, medical records, what have you. There aren't claims that get granted automatically. I have fire direction support guys who literally shot howitzers for a living for years, getting denied tinnitus, right? Should be a layup claim, right? Those guys can't hear anything by the time they're done with their service. I know you have to shout whenever you're with a former field artilleryman. We love you guys, king of battle, all that hua stuff. But still, nothing is automatic. You have to go back to the fundamentals of proving your case with competent evidence. That includes lay statements from yourself. That includes lay statements from family, medical records, etc. Nothing is automatic. The next is folks coming out there and saying, well, you can speed up your claim by doing X, Y, or Z. Listen, there's a lot of ways to slow down your VA claim, not a lot of ways to speed it up. There are some scenarios where you can get the VA to move faster on certain things if you have some sort of financial hardship or medical hardship. And I'm just talking about the VA, not the Board of Veterans Appeals. And there's a form you can fill out. There's a it's called priority processing request, and you should submit some evidence of a hardship like late bills, what have you, and that can sometimes get it expedited. But I'll tell you what, I have filed these. Sometimes the VA acts on them within 72 hours of me filing them. They put a hardship flag on the case and stuff is moving slightly faster. Sometimes though, the VA waits 4 months just to process the priority processing request. It's a little challenging. So there's no clear-cut case. Now, if you're at the Board of Veterans Appeals, under certain circumstances, you can file, well, under any circumstance, you can file a motion to advance on the docket. But the board has been denying these left, right, and center. There are 3 basic reasons to get something advanced on the docket, which is when the veteran is very seriously ill, when there's severe financial hardship, and when the veteran is above the age of 75. Now, if the veteran's above the age of 75, they either are or they aren't. If it's a very seriously ill matter, that's a little different because there's a judgment call. And very recently, we've had doctors opine on cases to the board saying, yes, this person is very, very, very seriously ill. And the board says, yeah, we don't think so. And we're litigating that, by the way. So even that is not a sure thing. There's also situations where I have folks in bankruptcy and we file all the bankruptcy documents and the person's getting foreclosed on, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Clearly financial hardship. And the board says, yeah, that's not really financial hardship. Of course, they're not telling us what financial hardship is. So that's a touch frustrating, obviously. So again, there's no surefire way to speed up your case. The best thing anyone can do in these cases is increase your odds of success and pursuing it and being persistent on what's going on. And I have to tell you, there's no magic fairy dust. No matter how many influencers you watch, and no matter how many tips and tricks and automatic conditions some of these other folks are talking about, there's no secret, right? There's no secret to this. It's evidence and persistence. That's it. If I come off as a little frustrated, sorry. I hope this video is illuminating. Again, I don't want to discourage people. I want to encourage you to go after what you are entitled to and be persistent about it. Be smart about it. Learn what you need to support your claim and drive on. Until next time, though, take care.